Hey everyone, welcome to my new podcasting called Decast. I am going to be making this because, I don't know, felt like it, thought it'd be funny. And I got a guest here for my first ever episode. It is my good pal Hunter.
Hello? Oh, I'm supposed to say something?
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
hello.
supposed to say something. So hopefully this goes well because it's the first time I'm doing this. And I thought for a fun idea, I would be doing the new two new movies that have been doing very well, weirdly better than movies that probably you'd think would be doing better than them. Like you're looking at the Mission Impossible movie, Indiana Jones, and they're all getting destroyed by this goofy little Barbie movie and a Christopher Nolan movie, which is fair because he makes good movies. But so me and Hunter went and saw the movies last month. What was it? August? Early August?
It's something on there.
Yeah, and we were in the theater for like 8 hours. Pretty fun day.
No, it was like 7 hours actually. We didn't
7,
calculate it.
7. Okay, so Oppenheimer is 3 hours. Barbie is almost 2. Yeah,
Plus it
probably.
before, after.
Yeah, there's all that stuff. So yeah, like 7, 8 hours. Actually, pretty fun day. We'll get to the actual quality of the movies obviously throughout this podcast. And I also want to not only talk about the movies, but also why I think they are a success and why Barbie is now the highest grossing movie of the year. I think maybe has it beat the Mario Bros. Movie yet? I don't think it's quite beat that one.
They're very similar. They both made over $1 billion.
Yeah, the two movies that came out this year that made over $1 billion. So, in the morning, me and Hunter started the day off by watching Barbie because you don't begin a morning watching Oppenheimer. Especially learned that after watching Oppenheimer. So overall, what did you think of the Barbie movie?
Style. It was a very Barbie movie.
It was something.
It was unique, I'll give you that. The actors were good, especially the actor for Ken, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, he did a really good job.
He was also jacked and waxed hair off him. He must have anyway, so that's respectable. It pushed political messages, shall I say?
Yeah, I will say this. If you haven't seen the Barbie movie yet, I'm sure you've known this, but it's very it's got a lot of feminist ideologies shoved in your face.
It goes too far with that. That's really the major problem I could pinpoint. Otherwise, other than that major problem, I think it's a solid movie. If they calmed down on that regard, I think it would have been a lot better. But otherwise, it's a solid movie.
I mean, I don't know what you'd expect going to a Barbie movie. I knew going in it probably was going to have something like that. I do think they could have been more subtle about it.
I'm not surprised they went a little crazy, but they did go overboard.
That being said, there actually is a lot of like masculinity stuff in it there too with it, and they aren't subtle about that, and people are complaining that it's like an anti-men movie. So I feel like the reason they weren't subtle about that was because of that.
Oh.
So because they need people to know, oh, by the way, this is
Oh yeah, they wanted it
because people are idiots, and they wouldn't be able to catch any sign of subtlety. So no, we're gonna blatantly say this is
feminine.
But yeah, overall, I actually weirdly I went to this movie as a joke because I wanted to watch Oppenheimer, and I actually had a really good time with this one.
Two teenage boys looked very out of place, but otherwise it looked great. When it was 4, so.
Yeah, we had a few other friends that were there for Barbie, and then they didn't even show up for Oppenheimer. Like, they got their priorities, okay? But yeah, the highlight for me in the movie was honestly the 10 minutes where the Ken musical part near the end.
The beach.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, I think
that stupid Ken song has been in my head all month, and I hate it.
I forgot the song, but that was definitely my favorite part. That was one of the few parts where I did not die internally.
Yeah, it was awesome because him and another one of my friends, they were just laughing the entire time. They were like dying. It was great. This was a great time.
One person got lung problems afterwards.
But yeah, obviously Ryan Gosling is good in it. Margot Robbie is good in it.
Yeah, I think.
So the movie starts in like the Barbie land, obviously, and it's all the setting or like the set design, everything is really good. And then you go to the real world, and I don't like that part nearly as much, even though I'm pretty sure when we walked out of the theater, Hunter said that was his favorite part.
No, the beach part. I don't like the.
Or that one of your. I thought you said that you really like Will Ferrell in it though.
Like both lands, you mean?
Will Ferrell, the guy who
Oh,
played
well,
the
okay.
CEO, the
Yeah,
CEO.
so I didn't like the real world that much at all. However, I will say I like the Will Ferrell and his group. I just found them funny for some reason. It wasn't
It was very Will Ferrell, like the same character he's been playing since Elf from
it,
2003.
it wasn't unique, but I liked it anyway because I haven't watched much Will Ferrell, so I didn't have much of a
I don't
problem
think
with
I
that.
have either. I just know him from stuff, and that's how he's always acted in like everything I've seen him in.
Yeah, I didn't like Elf, but I did like this for some reason. I don't know why. I like the stupidity yet determination.
Yeah, it was kind of goofy, but this whole movie was pretty goofy. So,
I didn't go into the movie expecting highly intellectual geniuses like Tony Stark or something like that. I didn't go into it expecting that.
guys, I'm kind of mad because Barbie did not become Avengers Endgame by the end.
Yeah,
But
there's
yeah,
that.
I had a really good time with it. I think the people who are hating on it, I disagree, and it's honestly one of my favorite movies of the year, which is weird because I wasn't going in expecting to say that, but it is true. So yeah, that's Barbie for you. And yeah, also I forgot to mention it's a Greta Gerwig movie, and I really liked her previous work, so that's also the one reason thing I was still a little excited to go into it originally. But speaking of directors who have made pretty good stuff in the past, there's
Oh,
this guy named Christopher Nolan.
yeah, he's a decent
He's
director.
made Inception, which is one of my favorite movies.
Interstellar.
That one has space and a weird ending, but it's pretty good.
It's highly rated. I've never watched it, but it's highly rated.
Yeah,
Someone just mentioned it.
Interstellar is pretty good. I have seen every Greta Gerwig movie. I've also seen every Christopher Nolan movie, which is a lot more interesting because he's made 12 compared to Greta Gerwig's like 3.
Yeah,
But yeah, I'd say I am a very big Christopher Nolan fan, but I was still a little worried going into this despite the high praise and everything because I wasn't a big fan of Tenet, which was his last movie.
that was not explained at all.
I really thought it was just a confusing mess. I did not like it.
It was, yeah.
But Oppenheimer, luckily, is probably Christopher Nolan's best movie in my opinion. But I think Inception's still my personal favorite one. I think Oppenheimer is probably the best one.
Okay.
So overall, what did you think of it though?
Long but good. It was very intellectual. Very not Barbie. I'll give you that. But I, th-
They were pretty much the same movie, okay?
I think they could have shaved off the last hour because you come to the same conclusion of should they have set off the atomic bomb? Were all the lives that were lost worth it? It didn't necessarily change a whole lot, but and it made it kind of long. But if you're interested in Oppenheimer himself, I can see why you would like it.
Yeah.
Because instead of really good acting, instead of it was so interesting. It just
Robert Downey Jr. was mainly in the last hour, and
yeah, he was a W.
he was really good in the movie. So yeah, obviously it's about the guy who made the atomic bomb,
World War Two.
World War II, that stuff. Cillian Murphy, he was in the Dark Knight trilogy. He was in Inception.
He was
I'm
in Peaky Blinders as well.
Yeah, but I'm specifically talking about Nolan stuff right now.
Oh no,
Yeah, he was in the Dark Knight trilogy. He's in Inception. I'm pretty sure he was in Dunkirk, and I think this is easily the best performance I've ever seen from him. At least for me personally, I don't think you've seen any of that stuff, so you can't really.
yeah, that's my
But
first.
he is so good in this movie.
Yeah, I can definitely agree with that. He did a great job.
He really sold the character of Robert J. Oppenheimer. And yeah, I do agree that this movie, I think when we left the theater, the thing that you said was in Barbie, you were never bored, but in this one, you were very rarely. And I think that the slow pace definitely doesn't make it as easy to just sit through as Barbie. But I think it is easily the superior movie of the two, if I'm going to say it that way, because this is one of my favorite movies now. I loved it.
Yeah, I think the highlight of the movie was certainly the climax when they were testing the atomic
Oh
bomb.
yeah,
That
well,
giant
it's
thing.
technically in the middle of the movie because of the
Yeah,
last
that's
hour.
also why I think.
But that 10 minutes where it's just they're testing the atomic bomb, that is great.
Yeah, that's by far the highlight because you don't like the shockwave is what makes the noise, but you don't know when it's gonna hit.
And
So it
like
comes out
that
of
whole
nowhere.
time, it's just you're silent, just watching it, and it's great.
Mm.
I still remember that so well.
Yeah, the suspension was very well done. That was definitely the highlight. That's why I think the last hour was kind of unnecessary, just because if it had ended off roughly there, that would have been a great climax.
Yeah, I can see that. I don't 100% know if I'd say unnecessary, but I think the movie would have worked well either way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like the last hour was kind of DLC,
DLC.
but
But
that was a great climax. Like,
yeah,
that was very
overall,
unique for me personally. It was unique.
Over Oppenheimer, yeah, I had a very good time watching Oppenheimer, I guess. I don't know how to say it. I thought it was a very good movie.
Very well done. It had like a cast of actors you can only dream of.
Matt Damon's in it, and I forget he's in it,
Yeah,
but he is in it.
yeah, he's a pretty important. Matt Damon, Emily Blunt, and then you have
The
Cillian
the
Murphy,
person
obviously.
from Black Widow.
Oh, she's in there. I forgot her name.
Yeah, not Black Widow, but in the Black Widow movie, her sidekick
The
was
sister.
yeah, Black Widow's sister.
Oh, I did not know that.
Florence Pugh. That was the person in the nude scene that everyone likes to talk about.
That's who that was.
Yeah,
That's so
that was the sister from Black Widow.
That's so weird. Also, it also has Rami Malek in it randomly from Mr. Robot. That's cool.
Yeah, they have so many weird actors that it is.
Yeah, and then Robert Downey Jr. Obviously.
Yeah,
it's such a wide variety of extremely well-known actors.
Guys, I said it after my second viewing of Barbie because yes, I saw Barbie twice. Not gonna explain that anymore, but I'm really hoping that the supporting actor at the Oscars will be like a battle between Ryan Gosling and Robert Downey Jr. I think that would be
fair. That would be fun.
Yeah, because they both did such a good job.
That's such a it's a crazy weekend to have two massive movies of that scale, not only financially but also just quality wise.
Yeah, and like I'm saying, they're both doing a lot better than Mission Impossible, Dial of Destiny. What else came out around that time?
Well, now I forgot.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm surprised by Mission Impossible.
Yeah, because Dial of Destiny I get because everyone hates that, and yeah, but Mission Impossible, a lot of people seem to like it. I really liked it.
Yeah,
so I don't know why it's failing that much, unless because the earlier Mission Impossible did really well.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised by that one.
I think it has to deal with the fact that Barbenheimer was such an exciting event that everyone wanted to go to the theater to because you get these two movies that are so distinct, but they're also both. Everyone is saying they're pretty good. They're made by directors who are obviously super well known. They've got a bunch of actors that everyone knows, and the fact that these two juggernauts are coming out the same day, I found it fascinating that both of them together ended up boosting up each other and making each other do better. Yeah. For like someone like me who probably would not have seen Barbie if it wasn't for Oppenheimer.
Exactly. Yeah, I mean
that's gonna help Barbie, but also there are people who probably wouldn't see Oppenheimer. They're gonna see it now because they want to see the Barbie movie, and they're like, "Oh, why not spend more time in the movies? Everyone likes movies."
Yeah, there's so much contrast. On one hand, you have this violent atomic bomb. I mean, not violent, but you have this very adult atomic bomb movie,
and then you got Oppenheimer.
Movie. Wait, no, that was Oppenheimer. I don't think Barbie is an atomic bomb.
But yeah, overall, I think that is a big reason as to why they're successful. And also, I mean, they're made by well-known directors, and I think that's also why all the movies around them have been doing bad, especially like 3, 4, 5 weeks after Oppenheimer started. It still was doing some of the best in the theater because it's just such an exciting thing. Yeah, to have these two movies.
The sound of Oppenheimer was kind of obscenely good. Like it was fine, but then you'd have these really loud, impactful sounds, like the atomic bomb testing, for example. Like when that sound wave hit, that was loud. That was I don't even know how to describe it. It was just loud, impactful, and very unique sound system.
Yeah, Oppenheimer definitely had great sound, and yeah, the contrast was.
That's what made it funny though. Like you went from Barbie to Oppenheimer.
I really liked that hour break in between because it made it a little bit more tolerable.
Yeah, we needed time to think, so I'm happy that we had to.
I was trying to process Barbie and how weird that movie was, and then all of a sudden I'm okay. Now let's sit down for 3 hours and try to talk about the.
Yeah, watch a serious film about the atomic bomb and law stuff. Like what the hell?
So overall, I absolutely had a blast that day. I got 2 movies that are both probably going to be in my top 5 of the year. I think you had a pretty good time that day as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm glad Barbenheimer is a success. I think this should be a note to Hollywood that you probably should make good movies instead of Dial of Destiny.
That's a good.
And it's going to do better.
It's a good idea, actually.
Yeah, you actually should make good movies. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. And then what did you guys think of Barbenheimer? Did you think it was? Did you like it? Did you hate Barbie because it's anti-men? Did you hate Oppenheimer because it's anti-bomb? No, it is bomb.
Not. It's like what?
It's anti.
Well, the good thing is, Robert Oppenheimer did get back access to whatever he lost last year, 2022.
Yeah, he did. Good for him.
He died in the 1990s, but that's irrelevant.
Look, it's fine.
He got it back though, so that's pretty nice.
That's all that matters. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you, Hunter, for being on today's episode. You're going to be on next week's episode too. So
cool.
You're not done yet. You're still here.
No.
Bye, guys.